that involved gases. He studied the volumes of gaseous reactants and products and concluded that the gases combine in very simple proportions. The law of combining volumes, states that when gases react, the volumes of the gaseous reactants and products measured at constant temperature and pressure are always in whole number ratios. So say if we look at our formula with nitrogen and hydrogen gas reacting to make ammonium gas, we look at those coefficients. Our coefficients are always in whole number ratios. So you would see the same amount. So it would be like you would need 1 ration or whatever of nitrogen to every 3 of hydrogen, and you get 2 ammonium. Okay? So for this reaction, 1:3:2 is the volume ratio. And this means for every 1 mole of nitrogen gas and 3 moles of hydrogen gas, you will get 2 moles of ammonium produced. So you look at your coefficients to see what your volume ratio is, and that shows you how many moles needed. So the formula that we use is V1 over N1, N meaning moles, is equal to V2 over N2. So you could write it like this. You don't have to have 2 equal signs there. Okay, that's our ratio. So take out your memorization sheet to put that into your memorization sheet as well. And your moles, your N stands for your balancing coefficient. So after you've had a balanced reaction, it's those coefficients from that balanced reaction. Okay, got them in your... Okay, so let's do an example. Oh, do I have... Just a second. We'll fill in those notes after I do this example. So, flip it to the back. What volume of nitrogen is used at if 100 milliliters of ammonia is formed in a composition reaction? So we compare our ratios of volume to coefficients for what values you know and what values you're solving for. So for our formula, we're using the same one. We're trying to find the amount of milliliters of nitrogen. You know the amount of milliliters of ammonia. So you use this formula. So you have X milliliters for V1 and 100 milliliters for V2. Your N1 and N2 come from your coefficients. So here where we have the number 1, that came from this number 1. Here where we have the number 2, this comes from this number 2. Okay? So now you cross multiply and solve. Okay, so to do that, now I have 2 times X milliliters is equal to 100 milliliters times by 1. I'm going to solve for X milliliters. Right now, X milliliters is multiplied by 2. So divide by 2, divide by 2, and I'm left with X is equal to 50 milliliters. Okay? So as you see, we did not have to convert our milliliters into liters. If both units are the same, you can just leave them. Okay?